Hey everybody! Welcome to your newest episode of the Cosmic Crusade podcast. I am your host, Jay. I've had a wonderful day. I hope you are having a wonderful day, wherever this may find you. A wonderful night, mayhaps even. But it is so good to be back. And this episode is really exciting for me because this is another episode where I am just kind of freeballing. This is an episode, I have no plan, okay? Going into this, I have like a little wisp of an idea, right? I have my outline of what I typically do, right? I give you my life updates and then we get into the juice, the meat of the episode, and then we peace out with love. Yeah, so this episode is just free ball. We're gonna live our best lives and let's go ahead and dive in. All the wonderful things that this cosmic experience has given to us in the recent times. Hello, December. Hello, December. We are here and it's fast. Like, again, I feel like I've been rambling about this for like the past 3 episodes, but truthfully, I don't understand if it's just me being in time more and longer and aging and getting older and being used to time and it's just boop, 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 boop. But what do you mean? I'm sorry, but what do you mean that it is December? Okay. Yeah. Right, December. You know what's in December? Christmas is in December. Oh my god. Capitalist consumerism is peaking. December. So that means we gotta buy. Black Friday. It's 50% off, but it's actually 10% more than it normally would be. Scams. Scam City, baby. That's where we are. It's crazy. I could really dive into it, truthfully. But I want to get through my high-low water buffalo. And maybe we can come back to that, right? It's just insane to me that time has gone so fast. Like, I don't really believe that it's already December. I don't believe that I have done no Christmas shopping, okay? And listen, truthfully, if it weren't for, like, appeasing the tradition and upholding tradition and just like the spirit of the holidays, I really would be fine being like, listen, I'm broke, I can't buy anybody anything. And I don't want anyone to buy me anything. Because truthfully, at this point in life, I'm just like, oh my god, let's not give in to consumerism. Let's be anti-consumerism, okay? Let's not buy from the big box stores. I don't want to hear about your Walmart trip. I don't want to hear about your Target trip. I don't want to hear about how you went to Kohl's, Home Depot. Like, oh my god, Amazon canceled. She's done. Please. It's crazy. It's scary because why are we giving these billionaires with a B, billionaires, our money? Because listen, the other day, I had got a notification from, like, the Ohio Lottery, and I was like, this is cool, we'd love to see it. $600 million. $600 million. Right. So, I thought to myself, okay, that's insane. 600 million. Like, a million, 600 times. Absolute absurdity. Like, what the fuck are you doing with that much money? So I got curious and I got interested and I did a little bit of calculations for myself, yes. And I played the game of, okay, let's say I had won $1 million. Let's say I had come upon $1 million, one singular million. What does that look like? Well, I could pay off the house and all of the repairs to it, and any upgrades, whatever. And I could pay off my car, and I could essentially pay off all of my debts, which I have to say I am financially well. I am financially smart, and I am financially capable. I am financially abundant. Come on, manifestations. But I could, like, pay off everything that I owe, clear out all of my debt, and even if I gave myself, like, some fun money, even if, like, I sold my house and went on to get a new house, like, what have you, I would still have, like, $600,000 left. So when you tell me that there are people out there that are billionaires, this earth does not need billionaires, okay, honey? This planet does not need billionaires. Billionaires equal no benefit. Billionaires equal no benefit. All right? That's just like, oh, that's insane. And listen, I understand like generational wealth and wanting to build that up and to be able to take care of your family and your family's family and their family on and on and on, and to like be able to survive. But like, my guy, what are you doing with the billions? Cause you get a couple milli up in there and you're good. You're good. And also, it just creates such competition for like mom and pop, locally owned, small business, handcrafted. Like, it's a challenge. It is a challenge to do those things, to be in that field, because there are so many people. And like, listen, growing up, this is just what I was exposed to. So it's me kind of turning on my brain and coming into this realization that, hey, these things are kind of bad. This is kind of a bad situation, bad habit moment that we have ourselves in. And the issue I have is that like, there are so many people who will put their time, their money, their effort into their craft. Whatever craft looks like for you, that's your craft. And some people want to share it with the world and make business out of it, make monies. But they're struggling to do so because people are so, it's like ingrained into the brain. Like, you can go to Walmart, you can go to this magnificent supermarket, and you can get anything under the sun. Anything you could need. Do you need decorations for your house? Do you need furniture for your house? Do you need cookware for your house? Do you need towels? Do you need blankets? Do you need food? Do you need automotive care? Like, these supermarkets are doing everything under the sun. And then you have like, oh my God, Jim around the street who's literally hand whittling a chair or something. And like, we're going to Walmart because we're comfortable with Walmart. Because we're used to Walmart. Because it's familiarity. It's comfort in familiarity. And it's just mindlessness. Truthfully, it's just mindlessness to be giving them our money over and over and over when there are people out there. And like, listen, I love Etsy for this. I love all the Etsy creators and all of the Etsy businesses, because everything that you find on there is so unique, is so beautiful, and also it's like somebody made this. Somebody poured their heart into this, and that is special. Like having someone's touch, you know, someone's special touch to it, as opposed to like a fucking machine just pumping it out, pumping it out, pumping it out. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So all of that unrelated ramblings to get into my high-low water buffalo, baby. You know what to do. We got to give it to you. Here's the news. Here's my life. My high, it's decorations. It's the early era of December. We are in the beginning of December. And let me tell you, this house is done. This house is snatched. This house is decorated the fuck up, okay? We have vibes up in here. We have lights up in here. We have lights up in here. And we have lights up in here. And also, recently, what has been really good is that, like, I got an early little Christmas gift. My mom got me a plant stand because, like, I don't have that many plants, but like I have enough to where it's like, okay, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I need a space for you. I need a home for you to live in together. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to ask for a plant stand. I'm going to put that on my wish list. And my mom, being the queen that she is, got me a fucking plant stand. And we had a dentist appointment earlier this week. We'll circle back to her. And I went over to her house and she was like, now, babes, that's your Christmas gift up in there. That's your plant stand. It's too big and it's too heavy. I'm not wrapping it. You can just take it now. I said, wee-wee! I said, hell yeah. I will take it now. Thank you. That's beautiful. And like, I was just expecting a plant stand situation. Oh, no, she's got lights. She's got little plant lights. And I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. And it's like the warm brown wood. I'm like, oh my God. It just fits into our space so much, and I love it, love it, love it. And also, it kind of tickles my brain a little bit. You know, when I get to assemble something, like, yes, let me get in there. Let me see all the bits and the pieces and the parts and where they have to go and, like, screw it in and just, it tickles my brain. It tickles my brain, I will say. But needless to say, it is very nice now for the decorations to be happening in addition to the plant stand existing and the lights being on. So there's, like, Christmas lights, there's plant lights, my electric bill. Don't even. No. No, we're not going to talk about her because she's higher than I am at any given day. That's crazy. It's going to be crazy, I'm sure. But, you know, it's for the fun. It's for the fun of it all. It's for the festivity of it all. It's to take care of my plants. That's a logistical reason. That is real. That is legit. You can't come at me for that. I'm taking care of my plants. I got aloes. They need lots of light. They need lots of love. And I do. I love them. But it's really nice to have the house decorated and also have the decorating done. Having the work complete. The work is complete. We are done. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And it is magnificent. I'm really reveling in that. It's a good feeling to know that it's done. And it's also a really good feeling because, like, we started and we were just doing bits and pieces here and there for a minute. So, like, we had all of the totes out and about and, like, all the bags and the decorations were just kind of scattered across the living room. I gotta say, it is quite the relief to have that done, taken care of, and put away. To have all of the totes and it's gone. It's back in the basement. I can see the living room. We put it back together. That really tickles my brain, truly, the space thing. Yeah, so that's my high, having the Christmas decorations done and out of the way. That's really good. We love it. And it's beautified. Huh, girl? It's beautified. The home, she's beautified. We're living our best lives with it. Now for the low, we're going to talk about the dentist. Now listen, I always go to the dentist with my mom because she is extremely anxious when it comes to going to the dentist. It's not her vibe. That's not how she would like to be spending her time. I get it. I feel it. But also at this point in my life where I have gone to the dentist for my entire life, I had gone to the orthodontist for a good, 4 years. It was a good chunk of my life. And then I have had oral surgeries. Babes, at this point I'm quite used to bitches fucking around up in my mouth and doing whatever they need to be doing and paying them lots of money, unfortunately. But we put a lot of money in this mouth, and it's beautiful. We love her for it. So, I went with my mom to the dentist, and as we were going through our thing, I'm like, ooh, I kind of had a little crack on one of my teeth here, and I was a little about it. I was kind of anxious. This was actually one of the first times that I'm actually feeling anxious going into the dentist, which is weird for me. You know, anxiety's typically with me, but yeah. So I'm feeling anxious about this, and it's been on my mind for the past couple of days, the better part of this week, what have you. And I'm just like, okay, they check you in, and then I'm sitting there, Mom goes back. Yeah, they take Mom, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God, when are they gonna take me? Please. I look at my watch. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, over the appointment time. Me and Mom arrived a little early, so I knew that arriving early, we might have to wait, and I was okay with the wait. I'm not impatient in that sense or anything, whatever. I didn't have really anything to be doing the rest of the day anyways. I wasn't on a schedule. We're good. I'm just waiting, and it's just making me anxious. The longer I'm sitting here, the more that I am waiting. It's like, oh, God, please. I just want this to be over. I just want to get this over because, I don't want to have to make another appointment for this freaking tooth. So, whatever. We get in there, and the hygienist was really nice, really sweet, always. And just okay, do you have any concerns, or is there anything going on? I'm like, ooh, yeah. So this tooth, we're having a little bit of trouble with her. She's got a crack. I don't know. I noticed it within these past few weeks. It's not aching. It's not sensitive to temperatures. It's not causing me any pain. Nothing bad is happening outside of cosmetics for me. So you're the pro. Let me know what's going on. SOS, please. And luckily enough, when the dentist came in and checked it out, he was able to just smooth it on down. Just polish it up, and it was good. It was just like some staining. So that was good. But the low, we're getting to the low. I have, like, essentially tooth cancer. Okay, it's not cancer, but it's like decay. It's like eating away at itself. I have a tooth that's eating away at itself, and it's getting close to the nerve. So that's cool. He's gonna call me back next week and we'll get that figured out and see what we're doing. He's talking to some specialist. He's getting second opinions, you know. We're taken care of at the end of the day. But yeah, we're gonna figure out what's going on with that. He thinks he can just do a root canal, is what he said. So, I don't know. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's easy peasy and not a lot of money. Because, oh my god. We've already done our Christmas ramblings and, like, I have shopped. Some. I'm not done, nearly, but money. Whew. I don't like spending large amounts of money all at once. It's crazy. It's crazy work. So that's the high. That's the low. And for you, is it water buffalo? I don't know. Oh, I got a good one. We're meal prepping. We are now meal prepping. Yeah, we're just trying to be more conscious of health and what we're consuming and what we're taking in. And I mean, also, it's not really feeling or panning out to be such a bad idea to have, like, the work cut out of already having our dinners made. I will say that has been delightful. That has been easy peasy. What we got going on, we've got some chicken cooked up, some ground turkey. We have avocado, onion, bell peppers, all kinds of bell peppers, broccoli, lots and lots of broccoli. Maybe too much. We'll see. And then what else? We got the potatoes. We got rice. I mean, pretty much we're just trying to get some protein in. We're trying to get some veggies in, and we're trying to keep the carbs a little bit lower. We're just trying to have all of that be healthy foods that we can consume for our dinners. We also did get some tortilla shells, but they're like low carb, whole wheat. Like, we're trying to be mindful and good with that as well. Make our lives easy, make our lives simple, and be healthy with it all. Be healthy with it all. Because I feel like at this point, I really do have, like, honed in and toned down, like, on my exercise routines. And, like, all of the workout aspects of everything are going pretty good, pretty well. You know, I'm consistently doing at least 5 exercises a week. Challenging myself and growing. But at this point, I think it's just kind of the diet of it all, truly. That's what we got to hone in, that's what we got to maintain, and that's what we got to work on. But that's me. That's my life. That's what we've been doing. That's our little high, low, water buffalo, check-in, ramble, life updates. And speaking of rambling, I hope you're comfy, I hope you're cozy, I hope you're ready to talk everything from mystic to cryptic and all the wonderful, beautiful shit in between, eh? Because this week we are talking about routines. Yeah, routines, habits, patterns, mayhaps. Now listen, I love a routine. I do. But I do also think that routines do have good things about them and bad things about them. You know, it kind of depends on what area of life we're talking about having, you know, the habitual routine and the same in, same out energy with, you know. And this might even bleed into, like, traditions, because what's a tradition if not a routine that just happens annually? Something to that effect, you know. But for me, I really appreciate a routine when it comes to tasking, when it comes to completing tasks, when it comes to doing tasks. And I can't talk about a routine without kind of bringing in sequencing, because listen, the laundry routine, you know that shit is gonna take forever. You know it's gonna take a long time. You know it's gonna be there for a minute. So we bring it down to the machine, we pour all of the dirties into the machine, we pour all of the, you know, fabric softener, liquid detergent, pebbles of scents that smell amazing, whatever. Whatever you put in your washer, you put the shit in there and you close the lid and you go. And that takes it a minute. That takes like an hour or 5 is what it feels like sometimes. So while we have that going on, why don't we also do the dishes? You know, kind of getting in a cleaning routine, a cleaning sequencing situation. And that is my favorite thing with laundry. That is what I love the most about laundry, is the fact that it takes so long. Truthfully, like genuinely. It's because I can start it and it can be going on in the background. And when it's going on in the background, that's really good for me because I can start getting things going. I can start getting things clean, you know? And I think having a set routine within my cleaning mindset is really helpful because, listen, I know I'm going to clean my kitchen up every morning. For me, it's the morning because, listen, the daytime, the overarching day routine for me is like, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I eat, I have my little breakfast moment, and maybe I exercise, maybe I smoke, but then I go to work, and then after work, I come home, and then we are cooking dinner, typically, not this week, and then we're smoking, we're going to bed. Rinse and repeat, baby. Rinse and repeat, baby. Rinse and repeat, baby. So for me, it's just easy because at the end of the day, we're done. The energy is spent. And first thing in the morning, you know, I brew my coffee and I have time. The coffee's going, it's doing its own thing. Yeah, so I can get these dishes done. Easy peasy. That's the routine of it all. And I love routine in a familiarity sense. Yeah, it's the day in, day out. It's the, I know at some point with my Sunday, with my Monday, with my Tuesday, with my Thursday, with my Friday, I will be going to work. That's the routine. I will continually clock in, clock out, make my money, honey. Yes. So I know I'm going to have a commute. I know I am going to go to work and do my job. And then I know I'm going to commute and come home. There's familiarity there. And I think within the familiarity, there is a sense of comfort. Routine brings comfort in the sense of familiarity. But also, I think where we get a little meh with routines is it can be kind of boring. You know? Think about it. Doing the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out. You're bound to be bored. And especially if it's the same exact thing, you know. Think of somebody working in assembly line. Like a job like that. That's going to be very the same. For me, I have customers. I serve customers. I can't control, pick, choose who's going to come in and who's not. I get a wide fishnet of different people that I see in a day-to-day basis. Coworkers are typically the same. But somebody in that sense who's working the assembly line job, their routines and their day-to-day it's going to look quite different than mine. And I feel that in that scenario, where I have such a predictable day-to-day that I could tell you exactly what's going to happen, that's where we get to the boredom piece of the talk. Yeah, that's where we're bringing in boredom to the conversation because routines can be boring, you know? You can kind of begin to autopilot routines. Once you become so acquainted to a routine, once you become so familiarized and used to doing the same thing the same way within that routine, you can kind of get bored, but also there could be a little slip of mindlessness. You could start to be kind of doing the routine mindlessly, you know? And I mean, that even applies to operating your vehicle. Crazy work. Hey, kitty. But, like, think of it that way, too, in the sense of when you're going to work, or even just, like, taking a familiar drive. Maybe it's your drive home. Maybe it's a drive to your besties. Maybe you're going to go see your family. You know, when you're taking that drive, and especially, too, I find this much, much more prevalent if it's a drive of a longer duration, you know, 30 minutes plus. If you're taking that drive and then you kind of just get to your destination and you're like, whoa, I don't even remember doing this. Like, how did I get here type beat. That really is the mindlessness of routine. I think that is a really perfect example of the boredom of routine. You know, when you're mindlessness and routine. Now, you know, we have to take into account too that if you're driving, you might be playing music and, you know, being really present with that and really enjoying the sensation of having your music. And maybe you're listening to a podcast and you're getting into that. Maybe you're listening to this podcast, huh? You should. Anyways, it's I don't know, it's tedious. You know, it's the tedious things. And when routines become tedious, I think that's kind of when we take enjoyment out of it, yeah? If it's always the same, I think variety is the spice of life, babes. Variety is the spice of life, and you need some variety in your life to make it alright, you know? It's like, where's the fun? Where is the fun? And that's also the thing, too, that can kind of get, like, dementing in a sense of, like, I am always doing the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. And that's why I love when it's kind of a spur of the moment random thing. And like, that could look like, hey, we get out at the same time. Do you want to go get dinner? Hey, you're off. I'm off. Let's go do this event. Let's go to the store. Let's do this thing, you know? Let's hang out. Why don't you come to my house? What are you doing right now? Like, moments like that where it's the unpredictability, where like a wrench gets thrown into your day, but it's not necessarily a wrench thrown in your day in like the typical use of that verbiage. It's like, oh, there's a surprise. Oh, something is happening that you weren't expecting. Now, in some sense, I feel in some cases that can be irritating, that could be annoying, that could be the typical, oh, this is a wrench in the day. But I think a lot of times we actually need that. And I think just as people, we rely upon routine for the familiarity, for the comfort, for the stability to keep us going. And I think some people genuinely don't see a problem with it, have no issue with it, and can live joyously within day in, day out, routine. I personally, I need a little spice. I need something that's like different. I need something that's weird. I need something that's kooky. I need something to like, I don't know, spark entertainment in my brain, spark conversation in my brain, just something to really capture my attention and let me get consumed. You know, I need something that's just kind of different. I need something quirky. I would love the quirky things, and I love when something different gets thrown my way. You know, that's the gratitude for the experience of life. But at the same time, I also understand where routines come into play for many people in many different ways, but all the same providing that sort of comfort, providing that level of, okay, I know what's gonna happen, and I have the confidence to make it happen because it's happened before and I know it has to happen again. That kind of mindset to it. Now, we also have the routines in the sense of upkeep. We have the routines in that you routinely rotate your tires. You routinely change your light bulbs. Yeah, routine can also be a way in which we change our environment, ourselves, whatever, to bring about a newness in a way. There could be routines to implement change. And those routines are something that we, you know, again, with the mindless energy, we will just do because we know it needs done and we're looking to complete the task. But it is a routine that is undervalued and underappreciated. And I think that's a routine that we need to bring gratitude towards, is the routine that brings about change. Because those routines are so important in the sense of we are upkeeping our life, we are maintaining our life, and that's kind of, the newness in that sense is what is bringing about positivity, is what is bringing about excitement. It's something to look forward to. It's like this could be working the way it once worked again. We could have this little leak be fixed. We could have the light be bright, things of that nature, in the sense of we are changing, but in a routine, in the sense of upkeep, and that really enlightens our life. So I think, all of this to say, all of this to piece together the concept of routines through the lens of requiring routines. And that is a good episode name, let me tell you. Requiring routines. We all need routines. I think kind of existing in a society is a routine in itself. Yeah, because we all go to school, and then from there we all take a path A or path B. You go to work or you graduate and you want to learn more and you study more, whatever. But in the grand scheme of it all, aren't we kind of all in our own routines? And isn't that kind of what keeps society running? Is us being within this routine, and is us, which, however individually us may actually look like and may actually be, running a routine of our own, but running the routine of society as a whole to keep the illusion running, to keep playing these wonderful games of life. I love a routine. I rely upon many routines, and I think you all would say the same. But in the same vein, is it all good? Those are the thoughts that I leave you with today. These are the routines that we talk about. I have an uploading routine. Do I really? Yes, honey. At least twice a month, please. It's like there's a routine for everything, truly. But I need to go and complete my exercise routine now. So thank you so much for joining me through the cosmic crusade of life, through the cosmic journey of existence. I hope you all have enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to catch you all in the next episode. Until then, may your life be filled with abundance, joy, peace, and love.